Alright, so to do your clutch internally, a few of the things that you're going to need is an 11/16 socket. I'm using a pass-through and I'll show you why. You're going to need a 7/32 Allen. I'm using T handles. I'll also show you why on that. Most of you will need a T27. But I'm going to be using a 5/32 because I switched out my bolts. And then you're going to need a flathead, but you can also use your fingers or a pick. I was asked to explain when you should adjust your clutch internally, and for me the short answer is over time your clutch plates are going to wear out, which means that your clutch is going to let out further out on the handle. And for me, that's what was happening. And I felt like it was giving me a little bit of slippage. So I just wanted to bring it in a little bit. When you adjust your clutch, you want the bike to be completely cold. And then you also want to keep it propped up so that way you keep your fluid inside the derby cover or inside the primer. So to start out with, what you're going to want to do is take out all the pressure out of your clutch lever or your clutch cable. And here's what you're going to do. To take the pressure out of the clutch cable, you're going to go over to this case, and then you're gonna pinch this clip. If you need, use a flathead screwdriver, press down and push back in, and then that locks it, and that takes out all the pressure out of your clutch cable. Next, what you're gonna do is you guys are gonna use a T27. I'm going to be using a 5/32 because I switched out these bolts. So you'll loosen all of them. Take the cover off and put it on a rag so it doesn't get scratched up. So while you're here, you're going to want to inspect your fluid that's in there and make sure it's where it needs to be at. And I'll put a diagram up so that way you can see. I already inspected mine, so it's fine. And then you're going to want to break that jam nut free with the 11/16, and it's counterclockwise, and it helps to have it in gear. Loosen it out all the way, or not all the way, about halfway. Take your 7/32 Allen or T handle and back it out a little bit, and then start tightening it back in clockwise until you feel it touch. And I felt it touch right there. So now that it's touching, what you're going to want to do is back it out a half turn to one full turn. And I kind of just mark mine where it's at. So it's quarter turn, half turn, and then I'm going to do 3/4. Your turnout on that set screw is going to be how far out your clutch starts to let out. So if you did one full turn, it would let out right about here. If you did 3/4 a turn, it would let out right about here. And then if you did a half turn, it would let out about right here. put some tension back in the line so that way you can check it and make sure that it's engaging all the way. And it looks like it is. Alright, the reason that I'm using a pass-through is to basically just keep it at the adjustment that I put it at. And you're going to do 72 to 120 inch-pounds. And that's just barely past snug. Put your derby cover back on. So tighten these down in a star pattern. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And it's going to be 84 to 108 inch-pounds. And that's going to be a quarter turn past snug. Alright, so put your cover back on, put your clip back in. Also, at the end, there's always going to be a little fluid that drips out, so just clean it up. Hopefully this video helped. I tried to simplify it off of all the videos that I watched and some of the things that I feel like people had left out. Again, I'm not an expert by any means, so if you feel like I left something out, let me know.